Good day, everyone. Our presentation today is about PVC pipes and its uses in material science and engineering. Today, I will introduce myself first, Jobert Ryan Barco, together with my group reporters, Harold Bagsik and Jester Bernardo. Our first slide is about the history of PVC, the early discoveries. The initial discovery of PVC is often attributed to the French chemist Henri Victor Regnault in 1838 and German chemist Eugene Baumann in 1872. Both scientists observed the formation of the white solid inside a flask of vinyl chloride gas left exposed to the sunlight. Despite recognizing the formation of this new polymer, they were unable to find a practical uses for it due to its rigid and brittle nature. The turning point arrived in the 1920s with the development of a revolutionary technique for plasticizing PVC. Waldo Semo, an American inventor working for BP Goodrich Company, discovered that adding certain additives, known as plasticizers, to PVC could significantly increase its flexibility. This innovation dramatically increased the material versatility and usability, unlocking its vast potential for diverse applications. In the post-war era, PVC found its way into the countless applications across various industries. In construction, PVC became a popular choice for piping, window frames, and flooring due to its durability and low maintenance. In automotive, the material flexibility and resistance to wear made it suitable for use in upholstery, seals, and wiring insulation. In medical, PVC biocompatibility and ease of sterilization lead its widespread use in medical devices such as blood bags, tubing, and IV containers. The story of PVC highlights the ongoing quest within material science to refine existing materials, overcome their limitations, and unlock their full potential for the advancement of various engineering disciplines. Innovation continued to enhance PVC properties and expand its application, ensuring its relevance in modern technology and industry. Today, PVC remains one of the most widely produced and utilized plastic in the world, a testament to the transformative power of scientific and engineering advancement. Next, we tackle about the uses of the product. In commercial and industrial building, electrical wiring protection, EMT or metallic conduit is commonly used in commercial and industrial building to protect electrical wiring from physical damage, moisture, and corrosion. Exposed in installation, its clean and professional appearance makes EMT suitable for exposed installation in commercial spaces such as offices, retail, store, and warehouses. In residential construction, basement and garage, EMT is often used in residential basement and garages where wiring might be exposed to the potential damage from physical activities or stored items. In renovation, during a renovation, EMT can be installed to update or relocate electrical system without significant alteration to the building structure. In underground installation, direct burial. EMT can be used for underground installation to protect electrical conductors, provided it is properly coated or warped to prevent corrosion. In outdoor lighting, it is used to protect wiring for outdoor lighting system, ensuring durability and safety against environmental factors. And in summary, the uses of the product, electrical metallic tubing conduit is a versatile and reliable solution for protecting electrical wiring in a wide range of applications. Its combination of strength, ease of installation, and compliance with the safety of standard make it preferred choice for electricians and contractors in various industries.
Hello, I'm Jester Carl Bernardo from BSE 302A. Material used in making PVC pipes. In the PVC pipe manufacturing, the raw materials are PVC resin. Well, PVC resin is material that is used. It is a plasticizer or that that is mixed in the machine. It's like the white compound or blue compound that's been mixed to make a plastic like PVC pipes. And then the DOP, then or the diaplactate is used to production of synthetic rubber as a softening agent. Yun, nakakapag pa soft siya ng mga object like yung PVC resin na kailangan para sa PVC pipes. And DOP is widely used in PVC and ethyl glucose resins to make plastic film, imitation leather, or electric wire. Mga ganun siya ginagamit yung DOP. Then stabilizers, then some processing acids, lubricants. Nagagamit to dahil pag nilalabas na yung mga galing sa machine, yung nabibilog na siya, then yun, kailangan ng lubricants para hindi agad dry yung lalabas na PVC pipes para makakat pa rin siya. Then colors, yun, dahil may iba't ibang colors yung PVC pipes, yun, kailangan din natin ng pangkulay. Then mga fillers, then electricity and water is also required. Yun, ayun lang yung mga raw materials na ginagamit in making PVC pipes. And then fourth is the methodology or process in making PVC pipes. First is the extrusion. Like other thermoplastics, the PVC uncompounded resin is not suitable for direct process. The mixed additives are added for process and stability in the PVC resin. The additives like DOP, DIOP, DVP, DOA, and DEP are used in manufacturing process. And then plasticizers, the common plasticizers are yung mga nabanggit na DOP, DIOP, DVP, and DOA, DEP, and Reoplast Paralex. And yan yung extrusion. Yan, pinapasok sa isang processing machine, then inahalo-halo. Then mga PVC resin yun, kasama siya doon sa loob. Then we have the stabilizers. Common stabilizers are lead, barium, cadmium, tin, stearate, and etc. Yung stabilizers, ito lang yung nag-stabilize ng mga resin na ginamit para paglalabas sa siya ng machine, stabilize din yung mga lalabas na product is mas maayos yung itsura niya, yung wala siyang mga bukol-bukol. Then you have the lubricants. The lubricants used are butysterate, glycerol, monosterate, spodized monoester of aloic acid, stearic acid. Yan po yung mga ginagamit na lubricants, dahil hindi po pwedeng gumamit ng mga normal na lubricants na aftermarket lang. Kailangan po ng mas magandang quality. Then we have fillers. Then we have fillers. Fillers are used for producing a special quality product like calcined clay. Yan yung fillers na ginagamit sa sa pag nagpa-process na, pag pinapasok na dun sa machine yung yung mga resin. Then yan, the PVC resin is compounded with plasticizers, stabilizers, lubricants, or fillers for process stability of the product. The ingredients in PVC resin are mixed in a higher speed mixer. Then the compound resin is fed to double screw extruder, and there are inserts of die and are fitted for required diameter. Then yun, dahil po may mga required diameter na yung ating mga PVC pipes, we have 1/2 ganon, 1/2, then mas malalaki pa, mga 4 inches diameter, for yun, iba sa tubig na yung ginagamit, sa electrical. Then the PVC compounds are passed through a heated chamber and melted under compression of screw and heated of the barrel. The marking is done at time of extrusion. And bago po siya extrude dun sa, bago po siya palabasin dun sa may makina, then we have nandun po yung stabilizers, then lalabas po siya doon yung chamber na mainit pa po, then tsaka pa lang po siya yun mamarkingan ng done pag natapos na po siya dun sa extrusion process. Then yun, sizing pipes are cooled in sizing operation. There are mainly two types of sizing is used: pressure sizing and vacuum sizing traction. Yun po yung mga sizing na kailangan gamitin. Yun, mga types. Yung pressure sizing and vacuum sizing traction. And last is the traction. Tube traction unit is required for continuous haulage of pipes being extruded by the extruder. Yun, yung tube traction po, kailangan po ulit siya pag nahiwa na po yung nasa dulo, yung mga naunang mga PVC pipes, dahil hindi naman po pwedeng tuloy-tuloy lang yung production ng makina, kailangan din naman po siya yung pahinto. Then yung tube traction unit, required po siya sa continuous haulage ng mga pipes. Then last part is the cutting process. There are mainly two types of cutting techniques: the manual and automatic. The pipes are tested for ISI marks and ready for dispatch. Yun po, pagkalabas na siya na dun sa extraction, sa extrusion process ng mga extruder na machine, then ikakat na po siya sa designated po niya na haba. Then after niyang makat, then mamarkahan na po siya ng ISI, then dun pa lang po siya mare-ready for dispatch para ibenta sa market, sa mga bodega, para gamitin sa mga construction process or mga electrical process.
Good day, my name is Harold Bernard Magsik, and I'm going to discuss the quality control and the submarine insights for PVC pipe. So for quality control, for the first one is impact test. Impact test is a test that aims to determine the strength of the pipe when it receives a load or impact from the outside. Each of the pipe size has its own pendulum weight provisions that will be used for testing, so that it is carried out based on applicable standards. So impact test was done to try kung mawi-withstand ba ng pipe yung iba't ibang klase ng weight. So ang ginagawa dito is parang merong pendulum, tapos nag-swing yon, tapos tatama siya sa PVC, tapos titignan kung hanggang anong bigat yung kayang i-withstand ng specific size ng PVC pipe. So for the next one is flattening test. This test aims to determine the extent to which the strength of the pipe or the flexibility of the pipe against the load from above. The requirement of this test is flattening of at least half of the diameter of the pipe being tested. As for the acceptance condition itself, the pipe must not be cracked or broken. This test was being done to determine the flexibility as it is stated in the definition. Kailangan yon kasi kadalasan sa mga pipe, lalo na sa electricals, ibinabaon to sa pader. So, may tendency na magkaroon ng deformation dahil sa bigat ng semento and sa pabago-bagong panahon natin, which is init at lamig. Next one is tensile test. This test is intended to determine the extent of the strength and flexibility of the pipe at the time of installation or during application. It was like impact test, pero doon na to sa mismong site kung saan i-apply na yung PVC as a conduit. So, for the fourth one, we have methylene chloride or MC test. Methylene chloride or MC test is a test that aims to determine the homogeneity and maturity of the material from a pipe that is produced. The reason is that in the manufacture of pipes, in addition to the using of resin, the raw materials for PVC pipes are usually added with other additives. In the MC test, the level of homogeneity of all raw materials of a pipe will be tested. So, dito po, mostly parang chemical testing naman ang ginagawa to test the raw materials na gagamitin para sa pagbuo ng pipe. For the next one, we have Vicat softening test. Vicat softening test is a test that aims to determine the softening point of materials that do not have a definite melting point or melting point. An example is plastics. So, dito, halos kagaya lang din siya nung sa may flattening test, kung saan dito naman is parang papainitin mostly yung PVC to test yung kung hanggang saan yung kayang i-withstand nung PVC in terms of heat and the melting point of plastic. So for the next one is longitudinal reversion test, to find out the extent to which there is a change in the length of the pipe when it receives a change in temperature or heat and the quality of the connection from the fitting. This test is carried out. This test is carried out because the average pipe that has been installed in the field will definitely experience changes in environmental temperature. So in order to remain usable, this test is considered appropriate to be carried out. Dito naman po is parang tinetest lang din siya. Kagaya lang din siya halos nung tensile test, pero dito naman is mostly changes in temperature na nung PVC pipe yung ginagawa. So for the seventh one, we have hydrostatic test. Hydrostatic test aims to determine the strength of the pipe. If the pipe is continuously pressured, Vinelen Group conducted a hydrostatic test using the burst pressure method, where this method is different because from the results of the test, we can find out how much maximum strength the pipe has when there is a shock pressure or even a water hammer that we usually hear as a water hammer. So, dito naman po is parang ginagamitan naman siya ng pressurized water to test the strength of the PVC pipe. Next one is ultraviolet test or UV test. The purpose of this test is to determine the resistance of the pipe to UV exposure and the lifetime of the pipe. So, UV exposure, we all know na yung red radiation na pinoproduce po ng sun is UV. So, That is why pipes are tested under the UV rays. So for the next one is the guaranteed test series. The series of tests for Vinilon Group PVC pipes. Ito po yung pinagbasihan ko, yung Vinilon Group PVC Pipe Company. If I'm not mistaken, this was from Indonesia. Are carried out based on the standard classification, namely SNI PVC, JIS PVC, and PVC conduit. All of the testing methods carried out have referred to the SNI or Indonesian National Standard and JIS Japanese Industrial Standards. The tools used in the Vinilon Group PVC pipe testing had been confirmed to be properly calibrated and have a certificate from the National Accreditation Committee or CAN, so you don't need to doubt the quality of Vinilon Group PVC pipes, friend Vinny, because Vinilon Group's PVC pipe products are definitely the best, strong, and flexible. So there is some sort of advertisement at the end. So for summary and insights, for electrical usage, PVC pipe serves as a conduit for electrical wiring in buildings and industrial setting, offering insulation and protection against environmental factors. So mostly yung kulay orange po na PVC pipes ang ginagamit for electrical purposes. So wag po tayo malilito. So, ang PVC pipe na ginagamit for water lines is yung color blue, and color orange naman po ang ginagamit na PVC pipe for electrical usage. So, for the advantages, PVC pipes are lightweight, durable, corrosion resistant, and cost-effective compared to traditional materials like metal or concrete. So, for its environmental impact, despite concerns about environmental sustainability, modern PVC pipes are recyclable and can contribute to reducing carbon footprints in construction and plumbing sectors. So, innovation, ongoing research focuses on enhancing PVC pipe formulations to improve longevity, heat resistance, and eco-friendliness, aligning with global sustainability goals. So, for the last one, PVC pipes continue to evolve with advancements in material science and manufacturing techniques, maintaining their position as a cornerstone of modern infrastructure and construction. So, that is all for our report for PVC pipes. History, uses, methodology, quality control, and summary. I hope you learned something.